Hey everybody, it's Jack and Dan, and today we're going to talk about rotator cuffs.
That's right, man. We're at the gym today. It's a Sunday afternoon. It's pretty much dead. We've been coming back to the Powerhouse for quite some time now, right?
Yes.
A lot of fun coming here, doing a lot of different things. They got a ton of different things here to do. Weights, CrossFit, cardio, classes, all kind of things.
Bunch of stuff.
But a lot of people talk to us, especially about me and my super long arms. I have super crazy long arms. And when you have a lot of leverage like that, you got to be careful not to tear one of these little rotator cuff muscles. I'll put a link in the description from orthoinfo.com, or .org, I mean. You guys know that I worked as a nurse for a long time, did a lot of orthopedic rehab. One of the biggest, most popular surgeries we see and injuries that we see is rotator cuff tears.
I've heard that too, yeah.
Yeah, Jack hears me talk about them a lot. It is a devastating surgery and injury to go through. We're going to show you today some exercises you can do to build up the strength of these tiny little muscles in your shoulder socket there that really basically hold the top of your humerus into your shoulder socket.
It's tearing muscle. Tearing muscle feels so bad. I've
Yeah.
never done it, but I imagine it feels so bad.
Yeah, it's bad news. But you did break a collarbone, and that was no fun.
I did, and that
which was in the same area. So we're going to show you some exercises today that you can build up those rotator cuff exercises, guys.
Yep.
And try these if you've never done them. Start very light or with no weight at all. We're going to show you some variations here. You can do them with bands, weights, cables. We're going to show you a couple different ideas. These are very good to start incorporating because you don't want to injure this muscle.
You do not want to.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to work on the rotator that goes basically from in to out. And again, all the names of these and everything is just going to confuse people. Interspinatus, supraspinatus, infraspinatus, the teres major, the teres minor. They're all going to be in the link that I'm putting, and I'll show you pictures and everything. Ultimately, there's 4 motions: rotating in and out, rotating up and down. We're going to show you how to do those. We're going to start off rotating inward, and the best way to do that, Jack's going to back up so you can see this bench. This is a very steep decline bench. We're just going to start with something really small, like a little 2.5. And when you hang down like this, is basically a sit-up bench. You're going to try to keep your arm as straight as you can, and you're just going to roll these up. You'll notice I'm not really moving my humerus. I'm just rotating it. You're just going to take it, you're going to rotate this at least 90 degrees. You're going to start nice and light. You're going to do about 10 or 20 of these. This is going to help to build that socket up. You're going to feel a very unique kind of burn inside the socket of your shoulder. And again, it was good to start off with probably no weight at all. Okay, so we're going to do them like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to gradually increase the weight. Again, if it's your first time doing these kind of things, just keep in mind you're trying to not move this part of your arm at all. But we're going against gravity because we're at such a decline here, okay? All right, here goes Jack. Again, very important. And it's always good to have a spotter. So like, see how his right elbow's coming in? I say, hey, keep your arms straight. There you go. So that's a good reminder to have a little spot like that. So what we're gonna do eventually is we're gonna increase the weight a little bit, but again, start very slow. If you're gonna do these, check the website out. Rotator cuff injuries are massively expensive, and they can put people out for a very long time. So we're going to increase the weight a little bit, and then we're going to show you how to do the upward motion the other way around. All right, here you go, guys. I'm moving up to 10s. Again, I don't really recommend doing any sort of weight in the beginning. It's something that you want to gradually work your way up to. I've been doing these for years, and I will tell you, they have saved me from getting a rotator cuff injury. Especially when you have long arms like this, when you're benching and doing dips and shoulders, you can greatly open up that space and compromise your shoulder. So you want to build this muscle up so that that doesn't happen. Rotator cuffs are basically very tight and short muscles, kind of like a tendon, and you just don't want to tear it. So here's a few with the 10s. And again, when you're doing it right, you'll feel it deep inside. It will not hurt, but you'll feel a very deep inside type of a soreness or burn that you've never felt before. And that's how you know you're hitting that little rotator cuff muscle. Plus, it'll feel better during your other exercises. So we're gonna move on to the other kind now. All right, now here Jack is now rotating up. Again, I'll put the name of these muscles down below here so you can kind of look them all up. They're spelled very strangely, so even if I say like infraspinatus and supraspinatus, you're going to want to look them up anyway. At the end, it doesn't really matter that much. You're going to get them all if you do all 4 direction. So now he's going up as opposed to down against gravity. Now he's got his feet away from the wall a little bit, pushing against the wall so his body doesn't move. And again, you want to keep your elbows up just a tiny, there you go. So you got 90 degree here, you got 90 degree here. And you're gonna lift them up, all right? How's that feel?
Hard.
It's amazing how hard it is just for a small amount of weight, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's because these tiny little muscles inside your shoulder there don't get trained by a lot of people. That's how they tear easily. Nice job, kiddo. As you get a little better at this, is just do them in the mirror. And that way you can watch your form. So you can see he can watch his arms and make sure, look, they're like at a perfect 90 degrees. And you're just coming down 90 degrees here, bringing it down, bringing them up. And that's really giving that against gravity this way. So now you're getting the down and up, both of these. How's that feel, kiddo?
Fun.
Yeah, so just 2.5. So again, just starting very low. If you got a 1 pounder, and again, if you don't have a bench like this, I mean, you could try a sit-up bench, you could figure something out. You could do it on a flat bench. You're just gonna get a little bit more range of motion, a little more gravity resistance if you do it on a decline like this. Show it from the side so they can see my humerus is pivoting. Try not to really move my humerus at all, just pivoting. Isn't that an old Friends episode? Pivot, pivot. Remember that?
No, I don't.
There's people watching who will remember that. All right, guys, this is a pretty cool machine. If you don't have something like this in your gym, you could just use like cross cables. You could use bands. You could do whatever. A lot of people lay on their sides and do this. I think it's not as good because you're trying to like move like this and move like this. So I think cables are better when it comes to going inside and outside. So this is a really nice machine. It's really, really awesome. Come on over here so you can see. I'm gonna face the machine while I do it. Again, you only gotta put like maybe 1 plate on or even no weight at all in the beginning. Basically what you're doing here is, the key is to not move your elbow. You're gonna stick your elbow into your side. As you come up here, you're gonna make sure that that elbow does not move. And you're just gonna turn it in like this and out. Again, you're getting that 90-degree rotation, okay? Again, this is not for chest. This is not for any of those other muscles except the inside rotator cuff muscles. So you can see how I'm doing this. Very easy, very light. You're getting a 90-degree rotation. If you're not doing your rotators, eventually you're going to regret it. They're going to get weak. They're going to atrophy. You're going to have problems. I've always had problems with mine because my arms are so long. I would wake up in the middle of the night, my arms would be asleep so bad I couldn't even feel them. I started doing rotator cuff exercises. Never happened to me again. Okay, there goes Jack. Again, as you can see, he's got his arm locked in there. He is rotating his arm. He's not using his chest or any of those kind of muscles. This is just a rotator cuff exercises. And these are the teres major, teres minor exercises that attach to your scapula here and rotate that arm. This is a very, very neglected group of muscles. Okay, and again, doesn't take a lot of weight. Try to keep your elbow to 90 degree too. Bring your hand down a little bit. This is a fantastic machine, guys. You can just do so much with this. One is kinesis machines. Again, you could use a cable crossover. You could use bands. You could lay on your back and use dumbbells. This is just so convenient because you can. It's just so set up for it. It's kind of a perfect machine, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay, now instead of rotating in, we're going to rotate out. Now, in order to do that, you have to cross the cables over. Okay, so you're going to reach over here with this one. You're going to reach over here with this one. Again, it doesn't matter if you use a double cable or a single cable. Basically, you're going to hold them in front of you, and you're going to rotate out. So it's the opposite of what we just did. And you're going to make sure that your body is the length apart from your arms. So you got to back up or go forward. So here we're just doing it like this. And you're really going to feel these. You're going to feel these a little bit in your rear deltoid, which is normal, but you're going to feel it inside. And again, you want to try to keep that elbow right at your side. If your elbow starts moving back or forward like this, lower the weight and try to isolate a little more. So just like this. And that's going to really help those teres major, teres minor muscles. Just like that. All right, there you go. This one's kind of hard. This is probably the most neglected muscle. It's probably the weakest in most people. And again, it is very easy to tear, especially healthcare workers working with heavy patients and turning patients. I deal with a lot of those kind of claims in my job. It's tough, isn't it, buddy? You're doing a great job. So you can see again how he's got that elbow firmly planted into his side. It's not really moving it, just rotating that arm in and out 90 degrees. These are very, very, very important, guys. You got to make sure that you do these kind of things. Very important. And again, if you got an awesome machine like this, but you could use a double, cable machine, you could do bands, lots of different versions of this. This is just the one we use. This thing is amazing, made by Techno Gym over here at the Powerhouse. Awesome machine. You can do just about anything on this, can't you?
Yep.
All right, the only thing you want to watch, guys, if you're doing the cables, make sure you don't get your nose caught in it. I got a pretty long nose. It's happened to me a couple times. You don't want to do that. So just be careful of that. Maybe look up so your nose is out of the way. You don't have a big nose like your dad, so you won't hit your nose with the cable.
I don't.
That's about 25 years of mosh pits breaking my nose 15 times.
Interesting.
But you can see this is really tough. I mean, this is really tough, but Jack's doing a great job. All right, look who showed up, Pamela. She's gonna do some rotators with us. Pamela always has good form. That's why she's got awesome muscles, because she does good form. So you can see here, you hold that elbow nice and tight, and you're just rotating that shoulder in and out. Okay? Really, really good. And again, we try to do about 20, 25 of those. You can see that pivot point right there in the shoulder. Really, really good. All the way out, all the way in, 90 degrees. And then she's gonna do some outside ones. Excellent, excellent exercise. Keeps that muscle really strong in the shoulders. You can see she's not really using any deltoid muscles here or anything. It's all what's inside there, inside the shoulder. Socket. Doesn't take a lot of weight, just a little bit of weight, 1 or 2 plates, maybe not even. Really good stuff. All right, so now she's doing the outside ones. Again, these are the tougher ones. You can see she's got the pivot point there. She's just pivoting those arms out, keeping that elbow planted right there in the side. Really, really, really awesome that way. And then you just cross over to cables. And again, you can use single cables, double cables, however you want to do it. You can see here, this is very, very difficult. She likes to hold them out for a second. So it's just that 90 degrees coming out like that. Really, really, really good exercise. And all you got to do is put on about a plate or 2. That's it. Really good stuff. Nice job, baby. All right, guys, so that was fun. Yeah, Pamela was here doing some other exercises, but jumped in to do some rotators with us. Some people do rotators like every day. We don't necessarily recommend that, but you should do them once in a while. We like to just do them during our chest workout and stuff. Seems to suit fairly well for us. Don't neglect these muscles. Check out the links below. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments, but I will put resources. You can definitely click on those and get most of your questions answered.
Yeah, we'll put links down below.
Again, the shoulder socket is very weak. It's one of the weakest joints in the body, and I've seen this as a nurse for over 30 years now. These surgeries every single day.
Again, you do not want to hurt it. You do not want to rip it. It hurts so bad.
Yeah, and you're out of commission for a long time. The reason Jack knows that, because he knows a lot of my patients, and he's heard them talk about it and describe it. They're on pain pills for a long time.
I've
and
also broken my collarbone, and that's a little bit similar.
Yeah, not cool. Me too. I broke them twice. So anyway, check it out. See you next time. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you get future videos. We'll see you next time, guys.
Bye.